Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome to This is Football. Welcome to a special edition show, ladies and gentlemen, that I had planned for today, yesterday. But unfortunately, as you all know, there was an unfortunate bottle job incident where I sat for a little power nap and man just fell asleep. Unfortunately. Um, so we are out here. What matters is we are here, ladies and gentlemen. Alhamdulillah, we didn't bottle it. I was outside today, just came home, switched on my laptop, and we're here now. So, ladies and gentlemen, every single person watching us right now, everyone watching us right now, please don't forget to slap the like button or on the replay. Make sure you subscribe to This is Football if you're yet to do so. And I don't want to keep saying it as the video progresses, so please like the video and subscribe. And I want to thank everyone for all their support in the month of April, the month of March, May as well. The first 4 days, you guys are absolutely legendary. Thank you guys so much for all your support. Make sure you slap the likes. Make sure you all subscribe to This is Football if you're ready to do so. And today, before I even get started, I just want to say, trigger warning to all the positivity bastards. As I always say before I start any single video that has this sort of topic, guys, if you want the positive crap, wallahi, this channel not for you. This channel is not built on just being purely positive without having any emotion whatsoever. This channel is not built on being delusional. This channel is built on the truth, on the real conversations. And today we're about to have a real conversation. Some people think that, the whole McAllister thing and blah, blah, blah is just going to push to the side the absolute failure that has happened this season. But I refuse to do that. So, slap the like button, subscribe, comment section, big up Kosa, Shafiq, Karti, Muhammad Ammar, big up to Mad Hatter, Tarun, Uncle Mike, EK, Khazir, make sure you listen to him and like and subscribe, Minerals FC, Karti, Yuvraj, big up to you, Anfield Road and Ilya, my brother, Drunk Vigo, Uncle Mike, a big up to Omar Rushdie, big up to Tron Glory, big up to you later, a big up to Sidi, big up to Force Thriller, big up to Mohan, Sam W is in the building, big up to Rudy, big up to Ayush, Vidic, Pesito, Prince Lackway, big up to Babis, big up to Hungy7, big up to Pond Elf. No, I've not done it again. Big up to Grand One, a big up to NXT, KLFC, Blue, Elias, a big up to Hisham. Who else is here? Dale, my brother. Big up to Asif. Big up to Mustafa. Big up to Abdus. I want to make sure I big up everyone. Chelsea Forever. Big up my brother. A big up to Jared. Make sure you listen to him and like and subscribe now. Big up to Taku. Big up to Extal. Mo Mohammed Qusay. Big up to Jack O'Lantern. Big up to Swahili Media Network. Big up to Josh. Big up to the Couch Talk. Big up to Faris Dweri, Felipe, all my lovely people. Big up to Keaton. As I said, 150 people in here already. We ain't even started yet. Make sure you slap the like button, as my brother Jared says. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hello, Allah, Muhammad Zaabi. And once again, apologies. The stream was supposed to happen yesterday. We had an unfortunate incident where I tried to do a quick power nap and man just slept all the way throughout. Unfortunately, maybe I think it's the change of the weather that's been making us sleep like this. So let's get into it. Jude Bellingham will be going to Real Madrid. Jude Bellingham will be going to Real Madrid. And I'm going to be bald. I'm going to have to hold it on a personal level. Man's going to be bald. It won't be happening today, of course, as I told you guys, inshallah, as soon as he's wearing another team's shirt, that is when I will be bald. This just epitomizes how much of an embarrassment Liverpool Football Club has been this whole season. This right here, the levels of embarrassment are unmatched. It is so embarrassing. It is absolutely embarrassing what has happened this season. And of course, you get people in the comment section and others and edgy people You know, the likes of selection, for example, who will come tell you, oh, McAllister is the better player anyway, and we got this guy and we got that guy and blah, 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 and we need 3 instead of 1 and all this crap. I'm going to tell you why this is a problem. This is the issue for me. Here's the thing, you guys. Here's the thing. You know, sometimes in life, there's a problem based on principle. There is a problem based on principle. Based on principle, you just wasted a whole year of my life for absolutely no reason whatsoever. You wasted a whole year of my life for no reason. Whichever person you guys are going to speak on, whichever person you guys are going to recommend, whichever person you guys are going to act like is the solution ahead of Jude Bellingham, we could have bought last summer anyway. We could have got last summer anyway, and we probably could have got whichever player that you are going to suggest half price. Who you want to suggest? Caicedo could have had him half price last summer. McAllister could have had him half price last summer. Whichever player you're going to bring to this table, we could have signed last summer anyway. We wasted a whole year for no reason whatsoever. We wasted a whole year. And this, for me, is the issue when it comes to real conversations regarding the fan base. You know, people say I am negative for views. People say I'm always pessimistic, blah, blah, blah. You know, we had an incident just on the terrace where someone called me negative and pessimistic and all that. And for me, it is not about negativity. It's not about positivity. It's about being real and objective about the situation. We mortgaged the whole season. We mortgaged the whole season for absolutely no reason whatsoever. The whole year was based on Jude Bellingham coming this summer. And now he's gone. So, whichever person you're going to suggest is a better player than Jude Bellingham, or can do more than Jude Bellingham, or cost half his price and he's equal level, blah, 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 it does not matter. Because whichever player you're going to bring me to the table, all I have to respond with is, I could have got him last summer anyway. We messed up. Collective failure. And this is why we fly planes. This is why we are FSG out. This is why we say all that stuff. And people will try to spin it as some sort of positive. Oh, yeah, we're not going to get Jude. We're going to get McAllister, Gravenberg, and Lavia, and it's probably going to be better for us and all this. Okay. You know when it could have been better for us? Had we done it last summer. And people just want me to sit up here and just speak on the future like this season didn't happen. Well, you guys already know that that's not my style. I am not going to sit up here and pretend that this season just didn't happen just because. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I've never been that type of guy, and I'll be damned if I become that type of guy. I'm always going to keep it real. I'm always going to keep it a buck. I'm always going to be honest. This whole year has just been put down the drain because of our negligence, because of our arrogance, because of us thinking we're better than everyone else. I still remember the Klopp interviews in the summer. Tell me why we need a midfielder. Haha, we've got this guy, that guy. You have that guy from the Anfield Rap looking at him like someone's looking at his wife in the honeymoon. That's literally the problem. And you know, like, it gets to the stage where you just ask yourself, like, how embarrassing is it for the football club, this entire situation? On a personal level, of course, I'm going to be bald, so I'm going to have to hold it. So it's embarrassing on a personal level, I understand. But forget personal level. From Liverpool Football Club's perspective, we put this whole season on hold. This whole season, we pushed it to the side just to sign this guy. And now he's not going to come to us. And then, for all the people that think Jude Bellingham is not a good player and blah, 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 and all this, you know, sometimes when you don't buy a player and he goes elsewhere, you have to look, where is the guy going? Where is the guy going? And what you need to understand, guys, is Jude Bellingham is not coming to Liverpool to go play for Wrexham or Stockport. You know, Jude Bellingham is not leaving Borussia Dortmund to go play for a random club. Jude Bellingham is going to play for Real Madrid, the biggest club in Europe. You're telling me Jude Bellingham can play next to the likes of Modric and Kroos, but somehow he's not good enough to play for Liverpool Football Club? All the Liverpool fans, quit convincing yourself that somehow this is a good thing, that somehow this is an unbelievable thing, that somehow this is some sort of positive. Guys, he's literally going to Real Madrid. Do you understand? He's going to Real Madrid. He's not going to some random club. He's not going to no mid-table club. It's not like he's moving to Werder Bremen. He's going to Real Madrid, the biggest club in the world. And you already know, Spanish clubs don't like buying English players anyway. So he must have something about him for him to be that special. So this whole year, we pushed it to the side. You know, we said this whole year doesn't matter because Jude Bellingham is going to come to us. And now he's gone. And it's a failure. It's a failure from Jurgen Klopp's perspective. It's a failure from Feminine Sports Group. It's a failure as a football club. It's a failure from all aspects. And I refuse to sit up here and pretend like it's some sort of positive. I refuse to sit up here and pretend like it's some sort of positive, because it is not. It is simply not a positive that one of the best young prospects in world football is joining another club over us. And you know, I still remember last summer, I was on Spaces and I was doing multiple shows and we were speaking about the midfield and etc. And 90% of the people agreed with me regarding our midfield. People now will come tell me, Hussam, we could get McAllister, Hussam, we could get this guy. Yes. You know when we could have bought them as well? May 2022. Selection, I see you in the comments. Regardless of whichever player you're going to say, Hussam, we could have bought, the main thing you need to understand in your head is we could have bought in May of 2022 anyway. So we just wasted a whole year for just no reason whatsoever. And now I sit here and I ask myself, we're sat here on one league title, one Champions League. Yes, we won it all, 100%. But we're sat here on one Champions League, one Premier League title. We're about to start Klopp's 8th year in the English Premier League. We cannot sit up here and pretend like we are a well-run club anymore. We are no longer a well-run club. Ladies and gentlemen, Liverpool Football Club is run like a circus now. And the biggest clowns are the top Reds. The biggest clowns are the people clapping for the circus. The people that are accepting what's going on in the circus. The people that are sat there trying to add a positive spin to everything. There is no positive spin. There is no positive spin. Last summer, and this is the final thing I'll say before I read the super chats and I carry on. Last summer I was on a space. Guy from Redman TV, the typical people who speak on Liverpool Spaces, all of that. And they said, Hussam, rate the transfer window out of 10. And I said, I'm going to give it a 2. And people were throwing up laughing emojis in that space. Not everyone, but many people were. Many people were calling me pessimistic and negative. And now look at us. Sat here in 5th place. I should have been more negative. I should have been even more pessimistic. 100% I should have been more negative. I should have been more pessimistic. I actually was positive compared to where we're at right now. I said we're going to finish 2nd. How dumb was I saying we're going to finish 2nd? Now you see. Now we see what happened. This is why, and use this as a lesson for the future. Whenever Liverpool Football Club come out and tell you, we're not signing X because Y is coming in January or Z is coming in the summer, we cannot back it anymore. We cannot sit up here and pretend that it's okay. We can't. We really can't. We really can't, because it is not okay. It is, ladies and gentlemen, this is not okay. Liverpool Football Club are 5th. By the way, even if we finish 4th somehow, it still is a failure. It still is a failure of a season. We went from challenging for a quadruple, challenging on all fronts, to this now. This is a circus at this moment in time. This is no longer a well-run club. It's a joke. And the problem is, above all things, even if you're someone who doesn't rate Jude, you should still be pissed off. And the reason why you should be pissed off is based on principle. Based on principle, we just threw a whole year down the drain to get a guy. And we didn't get the guy. That's the biggest problem. We are no longer a well-run club, ladies and gentlemen. Liverpool 2023 is no longer a well-run club. Liverpool 2023 is nothing short of a circus, of a joke, and it is exactly how to not run a football club. We have now become a lesson for everyone else as to why you should make decisions while you're on the top. And now here we are, sat in 5th place, still having to watch Henderson week in, week out. Ladies and gentlemen, Liverpool Football Club. Big up to Madridista, who says we will take care of him. Don't worry. Congratulations to all the Real Madrid fans. You know, your club got it done, got it over the line. So congratulations to you guys. You know, you've got a fantastic player on your hands. Big up to محمد الزعابي. شكرا لك حبيبي. بعده ما صار شيء بس مدريد هذه حركاته. خسر الدوري يغطي نفس هذه الأخبار. He's saying basically nothing is done yet. He's a City fan. He's saying nothing is done yet. You know, and he might still become, you know, so like it's not necessarily that he's going to be playing for Real Madrid. You know, so listen, الزعابي أخوي, listen, everything is possible, bro. كل شيء ممكن. But at the end of the day, we also have to be real with ourselves. Like, there comes a stage in time where we've just got to be real, you know? Let's just cut the crap here. Like, for me personally, Jurgen Klopp come out in the press conference saying we can't afford a Ferrari. So it is what it is. Can't blame FSG. They don't know anything about football. True. They don't know anything about football. I'm getting to the stage where just like, if you still somehow are supportive of Fenway Sports Group, then like, I don't know how you can claim to even be a Liverpool fan. Are you a FSG fan or are you an LFC fan? That's the real question. Because you cannot sit up here now and pretend that it's okay that what has just happened. It's not okay. Big up to Trust, says Qatar owners and now Jude Hussam, you disappointed us once again. Trust, you know, I've already responded to this 100 times. People like to banter. If you want to banter me personally, no problem. The Qatari ownership, I translated. I gave you information. I relayed information. I never said it's my own information. I never said it's the guy that told me information. The Arabs let me down. It be your own people. And with all due respect, who is going to translate the Qatar news? Who? Was I supposed to expect to sit to watch, you know, Chris Pajak and Paul Machin translate Arabic news from Al Jazeera? No. So it is what it is. By the way, Mike Keegan reported the same stuff I said. And when it comes to Jude, once again, it wasn't just me. Fabrizio Romano, Paul Joyce, that every single Liverpool fan trusts, just 4 weeks ago, was speaking about Jude to Liverpool. So it's not just me. Big up to Felipe, who says, I feel for your best players, wasted the year of their primes. I reckon you do have a big summer. Inacio, Mount, Ugarte, and McAllister, in my opinion. Big up, bro. I like how you said big summer and then you included Mount. For me, any sort of combination with Mount in there is not acceptable unless Mount is going to be 4th choice midfield, in which the case I don't think he comes to begin with. I don't think he's going to accept coming to Liverpool Football Club to be 4th choice. He's going to want to start. Now the rest, you know, I can get behind. I like Ugarte, I like McAllister, I like Inacio, and I'm gonna address it as well. And I'm gonna address it now in a second, because I'm not just gonna talk about Jude, I'm gonna talk about all the other things as well. Big up to you. Thanks so much, Felipe, consistent supporter of the channel. Love for the love, brother. Big up to Brazy, who said, do you like the new jerseys that costs £120? I'm gonna address that. I don't know why people are talking about the jersey, talking about buying the jersey. I have not bought a Liverpool shirt from 2014, 2015, I have not gotten a single Liverpool shirt. And if you're FSG out, you cannot put money in their pockets. Let's hurt them where it counts, where it matters. I'm going to go buy a made in China shirt. That's what I'm going to buy. Full stop. Full stop. Big up to you, Brazy. Big up to Rayan, my brother. He says, big up, brother. I'm so glad that Alexis Zared, great signing. Need Ugarte, another midfielder in Nasio. This is an elite channel. Thank you so much, Rayan. You are an elite supporter of the channel, my brother. I appreciate all the love and support you've always shown me. And as when it pertains to Ugarte and McAllister, this is another thing I'm going to speak on now in a second. So I'm going to get to the Ugarte and McAllister element. But I'm just speaking on Jude a little bit now, because it's still something that gets on my nerves type thing, So yeah, that's basically it. And thank you so much, Rayan, man. And listen, big up to Rayan, big up to Brazy, Felipe, Trust, Amin, Zaabi, and Madridista for the super chats. Big up to you guys. Everyone watching us right now, stop what you're doing this very second. Slap that like button, subscribe to This Is Football if you're ready to do so. Every single person watching us right now, please like, subscribe. So stop what you're doing now, hit that like button, subscribe to this channel if you're ready to do so. Almost 300 people watching us. No reason why we shouldn't be on minimum 150 likes already. So please slap that like button and subscribe to This Is Football. All you incredible, absolutely phenomenal people, please like the video, please subscribe, Habibis, now. So, before I expand into all the other transfer stuff, as I said, like, subscribe. For me, this simply goes down to one thing. There is a certain group of people in the Liverpool fan base who are willing to support the club blindly on every single decision. Any decision the club make, they will support it. Anything that they do, it will be supported, all of that stuff. Big up Delana. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. She just says, Mashallah, Hussam, Delana. Thank you, Delana. Thank you. I appreciate you. Love for the love. Thank you. You know what it is? There's a group of Liverpool fans that think you cannot be a real Liverpool supporter and criticize the football club. And it just gets on my nerve, because as a human being, you were not put on this earth to become a robot. You were not put on this earth to not be able to formulate any opinion. You are not be put on this earth to not be able to speak your mind truthfully. And I just look at like how a few people operate in this fan base, and they just want to support blindly regardless of what the club do. I don't want Mason Mount, but if we do sign him, I'm just going to get behind the club and I'm going to support the people who sign for the club. Like, it's just very annoying. You can criticize Fenway Sports Group. You can criticize Liverpool Football Club and still be a Liverpool fan. And this whole season has been a collective failure. Failure in the transfer window, failure on the pitch, failure in May, failure over the guy that we mortgaged the whole season behind. Guys, make no mistake, I'm not dumb. Jude Bellingham is not the only solution on earth. Jude Bellingham is not Zinedine Zidane. Jude Bellingham is not the be-all and end-all. But there's 3 problems. Problem number 1, we wasted a whole year for no reason whatsoever. Problem number 2, he's going to Real Madrid, which is already an indicator of a middle finger to our faces, because he's not moving to like a lesser club. He's moving to a superior club, which shows you that he's levels. Third problem, whichever player you are going to name now as the solution, I could have bought 365 days ago anyway. So why did I waste a year for nothing? Who you talking about? McAllister? You're telling me I couldn't have gotten McAllister in May 2022? Who you want to mention? Caicedo? You're telling me I couldn't have gotten Caicedo May 2022? Whichever guy. Who do you want to bring to the table? Name your guy. Gravenberg? Could have got him last summer. Every single one of these players that you're going to now propose as a solution to Jude Bellingham not coming, we could have bought a whole summer ago and not wasted a whole year of our life for no reason. Sometimes in life, it's a problem based on principle. If you go to the coffee shop, your bill is $9.50. You hand him a $10 note. He gives you 10 cents back. Wait a minute. You're not annoyed at the 40 cents. You're annoyed at the principle of him returning the wrong change. I'm annoyed at the principle of Liverpool Football Club just wasting a year of our life for no reason whatsoever. Why did you waste our life? What for? Honestly, what for? All these midfielders that you're speaking on as some sort of option now, they were an option a year ago. Nothing's changed. Whichever guy you want to bring me to the stable, ladies and gentlemen, I could have signed them anyway. I understand we don't need Jude only. We need 2-3 players, but we've been needing 2-3 players. And I want to talk strategy here. This is what pisses me off the most about Liverpool Football Club. There's different types of clubs. There's Brighton, who sign a player from source country, Paraguay. They sign a player from Brazil, from Argentina, from Switzerland, from wherever. They sign a player for a cheap, and then they develop him and they make him into a player. And then you've got the elites, like the Madrids, like the cities, like the PSGs, who sign players for a lot of money. And also they do the whole, like, from the root thing. They do it successfully. And then there's teams like a PSG, maybe like a Bayern, like someone like that, who will sign those elite players and they will improve their squad. You know the problem with Liverpool? We don't do either. So we're sat here, a club that does not sign stars, and a club that is unable to go to Brazil and Argentina and Ukraine and wherever and find the next talent. That's the problem. And once again, this all stems back to the ownership. Lack of care, lack of ambition, negligence. Those are all problems that are correspondent to Fenway Sports Group. There is a genuine lack of care for Liverpool Football Club and everything that goes on this club. There's just such a lack of care. There's so much carelessness. It's like, yeah, we don't care. Oh, you guys are fifth? No problem. This is why I'm FSG out. This is why I spoke to Kurdish and I told him, listen, we might need to fly a third plane. This is why I try to spread the message as much as possible. People like Michael Uzoho, shout out to him, regular watcher of this channel. He came to me, he said, Hussam, before watching your channel, I was FSG in. Now I'm FSG out of fully turned. And I'm thinking in my head, that for me is enough. I know who Don Hussam 6 from Jordan cannot get John Henry to sell, but I sure as hell will do something about it though. There's a group of people who support Liverpool Football Club that get on my nerves even worse than the top Reds. They get on my nerves worse than the Tacticals. People are like, I'm FSG out. But the plane is not going to get them to sell. The hashtag is not going to get them to sell. A tweet is not going to get them to sell. So let me just sit on my ass and say nothing. Those people get on my nerves. You have to try to influence change some way, somehow. You just absolutely have to try to be a part of the change. You cannot sit up there and be FSG out and have all these conversations and then not do anything about it. And then your explanation why you don't want to do anything about it is because, quote unquote, it's embarrassing. You know what's embarrassing? The way that we run is an embarrassment. The way that we operate in the transfer window is an embarrassment. The way that we played on the football pitch is an embarrassment. Our world-class players having a whole season of their life wasted is an embarrassment. Us not winning the Premier League this season is an embarrassment. Us not winning the Champions League this season is an embarrassment. Us ending the season trophyless is an embarrassment. That's the true embarrassment. The embarrassment is not people flying planes because they're frustrated. That is definitely not the embarrassment. Jude Bellingham, let it be a lesson forever. Let it be a lesson forever. On a personal level, the people that know me know I don't need to be negative for views. We did a Brighton watch along yesterday. Alhamdulillah, there was 3.5k views almost on a Man United Brighton watch along. Guys, I'm past the level of needing to be negative for views. Alhamdulillah, because of all your support. The people who share, the people who subscribe, the people who like, the people who send super chats, the community that we've built. I don't need to be negative for views. I really don't. And there was a guy earlier on who mentioned that I started your comment, but I couldn't bring it up. Bro, I was the most positive Liverpool fan probably on the entirety of YouTube in the run in last season. I said we're going to win the league. I said we're going to win the Champions League. I was extremely positive. But there also comes a point in time in which you've got to recognize the mistakes that your football club are committing. Let's take Felipe, for example. Let us all go out of the Liverpool, realm that we're in. Felipe is a Newcastle fan. If Felipe gets linked to Divock Origi for 30 million, he's not going to back it blindly because Newcastle have shown him all the signs and blah, blah, blah. Felipe probably don't want Cristiano Ronaldo, who's, maybe a washed version of himself now. Felipe don't want all these things. And if his football club comes out and does those things, he's going to be against it. And this goes back to the thing that I was speaking on earlier. It is okay to criticize. Why, if I criticize Liverpool Football Club, does that make me any less of a fan? If I criticize the ownership, does that make me any less of a fan? If I criticize Jurgen Klopp, does that make me any less of a fan? Everyone is culpable. And you know what gets on my nerves the most? Before I address the second super chat and kind of speak on the future a little bit. This was what genuinely gets on my nerves the absolute most. We win the Premier League, we got no money. We win the Champions League, we got no money. We don't win the Premier League, we got no money. We finish in the top 4, we got no money. We don't finish in the top 4, we got no money. Is there a scenario in which we actually do have the money? And now I have, there's conspiracies building up in my head because let me tell you, 2 reasons. 2 reasons, you guys. 2 reasons why all these conspiracies are just building up in my head. And they're all both conspiracies are kind of based on facts, and I'll explain to you now exactly what I mean. The reason why Liverpool couldn't afford Jude Bellingham apparently is the money. Exactly what Mohamed Khalifa is saying, broadcasters. And then a day later, it's reported that Jude Bellingham is joining Real Madrid for £88 million. You're telling me Liverpool Football Club cannot afford £88 million? Second of all, today, I'm driving home, while I'm outside, I should just take a look at my phone. I take a look at my phone and what do I see? Apparently, McAllister's price tag is near to 80 million. Apparently, the price tag is near to 80 million. So if I added 8 million on top of the McAllister money, I could have had Jude Bellingham. So now this makes me think maybe it is not just a monetary problem. You want to hear the God honest truth? Maybe, just maybe, Liverpool maybe is just not as an attractive proposition as we think it is. Maybe Liverpool Football Club is not as attractive as we think. Maybe it's not the allure that we think it is. Honestly speaking, because what other reason could we give? The reason that even Klopp came out and said we can't afford the Ferrari, blah, blah, blah. Everyone thought, okay, maybe it's money. Maybe it's money. No problem. But at the same time, £88 million to Real Madrid. You're telling me I could have added 8 million on top of the McAllister price tag. And I could have had Jude. So what exactly are they not telling us? What exactly are they hiding away from us? What are they hiding away from us? What are they not telling Liverpool supporters? What are they not telling us? What is being hidden away from us? Talking about driving Ferraris, can't afford a Ferrari. Actually, we can afford a Ferrari. And once again, for the 100th time, if you're watching for the first time, I'll explain to you a concept that I've done 100 times already. Please understand that the window that Chelsea just had, we could have had if we wanted to. We got money. The problem is we don't spend money because we lack ambition. and we're negligent and we're arrogant and we have an ownership group that don't care. That's the much bigger problem than not having money. Please, if you're a Liverpool fan, do not convince yourself that the football club that you support, Liverpool Football Club, big Liverpool Football Club, is broke. Please don't convince yourself of that. If we want to, this is how bad it is. Liverpool Football Club could spend 600 million without breaking FFP rules. Let me say that again. Liverpool Football Club could spend 600 million British pounds without breaking FFP rules. So now, what is the truth here? What is the truth? What are we sitting here and doing? What are we sitting here and doing? What is the realness behind this whole story? I don't know. Big up to my brother Abu Bakr, who says, are you going to cut your hair bald? Yes, inshallah, I am a man of my word. Don't worry, you already know me, Abu Bakr. But I'm just not going to do it now. I'm going to wait till the transfer window. As soon as he's announced as a Madrid player or whatever, that's when we'll do it, inshallah. Big up to Amin, who says, if someone close to Klopp, I know someone close to Klopp, got to Klopp didn't want him. No, got told Klopp didn't want him. Klopp has publicly spoken on the Bellingham situation. He's publicly spoken on it. Usually when a player is mentioned, he'll do the whole like, I don't know if that's true or like blah, 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 you're speculating. But he spoke on it publicly. I don't think that's the reason. Big up to Brazy, who says, Chouameni now. Jude, I've seen the script before. FFS. You know what it is, Brazy? This is what makes me laugh. Same people that tried to act like us not signing Chouameni last season as a positive are the same people doing the same thing now for Jude Bellingham. And now we watch Chouameni ball for Real Madrid when he plays, and he's always on some next level, you know what. And it's just embarrassment. Big up to Gagandeep, my brother. Big up to you, Gagandeep. He says, Sam, have you seen the recent episode of The Overlap when Carragher and Paul Machin backing FSG on our infrastructure? Absolutely disgusting. You know what I find real funny, Gagandeep? This is what I find real funny, Gagandeep. The Manchester United legend, Gary Neville, the guy that has probably made maybe one of the most appearances for Man United ever, spoke more sense on his biggest rival, Liverpool Football Club, than Carragher did in that segment. And he came up and he spoke on Fenway Sports Group. And this takes me back, Gagandeep, to the message that we sent on the plane. And of course, the Karens came out. Can you tell me why the Panthers failed and the Penguins failed in hockey? Like, no, I can't because I'm not a hockey expert, because no one watches that shit sport. Second of all, you're completely missing the point here. It does not matter why the Penguins didn't make the playoffs or whatever. That does not matter. In the grand scheme of things, the big context. Sorry. The big context is common denominator of 3 failed sporting institutions is none other than Fenway Sports Group. That is the common denominator, and that is the bigger issue, and that is the biggest issue at Liverpool Football Club. Fenway Sports Group remains the single-handedly biggest issue at Liverpool Football Club. And it's getting to the stage now where, like, if I speak to an FSG inner now, I just genuinely, like, can't even engage in a real convo because I know they're full of crap. Anyway, now I'm going to address the future a little bit. Just before I do that, thank you so much, Gagandeep. Big up Gagandeep, big up Abu Bakr, big up to Delena, Ryan, Brazy, Felipe, Trust, Amin, Zaabi, and Madridista for the super chats. Big up to any single person who sends in a super chat, every single person who supports the channel. Thank you guys so much for all your consistent support. Make sure you all slap the likes. Make sure you all subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Every single person watching us right now, please like, subscribe. And let me know your thoughts as we progress on the video. Now, going on to the future. Let me tell you the negatives of not signing Jude Bellingham and the way that we're going to operate in this transfer window in the future-wise. Whichever player is going to come in now for the highest price tag is going to have to deliver some crazy level. And I'll tell you why. Now the conversation is going to be, McAllister costs this much money. Jude Bellingham costs this much money. Jude Bellingham is doing crazy in La Liga. Where is McAllister? He immediately will have the expectations of a caliber of level like that. The second thing is, when it comes to this whole, Jude Bellingham situation and the players that we're going to get as quote unquote replacements, because we messed up the Jude Bellingham thing, and because we must be going back to winning league titles, to challenging for league titles, to just being a serious institution instead of being the worst run club in the English Premier League. For that to happen, we need to go 5 from 5 on transfers. We cannot make a single wrong decision. We cannot make a single wrong decisions. الله حي ابو الزعابي، تصبح خير يا اخي، والله انك بتحرجني يا اخوي، والله انك بتحرجني. شكرا لك، شكرا. Thank you so much محمد الزعابي, man. I appreciate the super chat, my brother. He just says good night. شكرا لك حبيبي، شكرا لك، والله محييك، والله محيي اصلك. شكرا لك على الدعم المستمر يا اخوي، والله انك بتحرجني ويعني شكرا لك حبيبي، جد شكرا لك. شكرا على الدعم المتواصل للقناة حبيبي. شكرا 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 شكرا، وعيني وراسي. تسلم يا اخوي. ثانك يو ماي براذر، وتصبح خير. تصبح خير. So once again, the problem is we now need to go 5 from 5. Make sure you big him up in the comment section, man. Big up to him, man. Big up to him. Real one. The biggest problem now is we need to go 5 from 5. And when I say 5 from 5 is, what I mean is, I don't think we can make a mistake anymore. We really cannot make a mistake. The room for error is now gone. Because all these, okay level players, to get to that level, or these quote unquote good players, or very good players, or blah, 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 they need to be able to perform on the football pitch. You say check your DMs, I haven't gotten anything. We need to go 5 from 5, meaning we cannot make any wrong decision. And this is when someone like Jude Bellingham, who I believe is a game changer, would have helped you. Jude Bellingham would have helped you, my lovely people, because Jude Bellingham is a game changer. Because Jude Bellingham has Champions League experience. Because Jude Bellingham has title race experience. Because Jude Bellingham is not just a regular guy. Jude Bellingham is the truth. These players, are they game changers? Are they players that can go to the Santiago Bernabeu? Ya Habibi, I checked requests. There is nothing, ya Umri. Can they go to the Santiago Bernabeu? Can they go to the Allianz Arena? Can they go to the Parc des Princes and have good performances and play at an elite level? Will we once again have to play a Ferrari like a Thiago Alcantara in a level like that? And selection, I understand where you're coming from. You rate McAllister and all of that. But from my perspective, if you don't sign Bellingham, you go sign Pedri. If you don't sign Bellingham, you go sign Musiala. If you don't sign Bellingham, go sign Gavi. All I'm saying, brother, is go sign a real prospect. Go sign a real gem out there. You say McAllister, all that. Okay, McAllister is a good player, 100%. But can we stop acting now as Liverpool fans? Let us be better. Let us be better as Liverpool fans. Can we stop acting like Jude Bellingham is now rubbish just because he's not joining us? Once again, I always give you the example. The player's not joining us. He's going to Real Madrid. He ain't coming to Burnley to play for Vincent Kompany. He's going to Real Madrid. Stop convincing ourselves that somehow Jude Bellingham is crap. Exactly, Mustafa Hamza. That's what I'm saying. De Jong. Like, you don't want to get Bellingham. Go get De Jong. Go get Barella. Go get someone class, bro. Go get someone class. And let me tell you one worry that I have. Genuine worry. I'll ask you a question and then switch on my AC because it's hot as hell. But let me ask you a genuine question. Is Of course it matters where he's going selection. Be for fucking real, bro. Come on, man. How are you saying where he goes doesn't matter? If we miss out on Jude Bellingham and he goes to Leipzig, then no one cares. But if we miss out on Jude Bellingham and he goes to Real Madrid, that's a good and bad indication for us. Let me ask you a genuine question now because I have a fear. And I want to throw out this theory to you. Genuine question, genuine fear. Do you think a centre back this summer is just as important as signing a midfielder? Answer this question while I just go and switch on my AC. Tell me honestly, is signing a centre back as important as a midfielder? Or at least close in importance? Okay, so let's look at the comments. So most people, starting from just Tabang, are saying yes. I'm seeing a whole lot of yeses in the comment section. I'm not seeing no's. I actually don't see a single no so far. Most people saying yes. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a genuine question, all the people now. Gagandi, big up. I'm going to read out the super chats in a second, but let me just ask you a genuine question. This is my fear, and tell me if it's a rational fear or not. Liverpool Football Club go and sign 3 midfielders. They address what needs to be addressed in terms of that midfield position. We all agree on the midfielder. We all agree. Right? Liverpool Football Club then come out and say, we're not going to sign a centre back because we trust Gomez and Matip as backups to Van Dijk and Konate. That's what Liverpool Football Club do. Essentially, they trust the football club. They say, I trust these options. We do the midfield rebuild this summer, and when it's time to get the centre back in, we don't do the centre back. And we say we're gonna sign a centre back when Matip leaves in 2024 on a free. That's my point, Tron. Is that a genuine fear? I know that can't be just me, who feels like we're gonna do to the centre backs in 2023 what we did to the midfield in 2022. Do you get what I'm saying? I always feel like we're actually this close to a centre back crisis. You get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like we're gonna get the midfield, we're gonna sort out the midfield, but we're just gonna mess up the centre back thing. And we're sat here always like a position short. I am sure it cannot be me. And you know why I always feel like a centre back crisis is on the cards? Let me tell you. Guys, Van Dijk, Konate, Matip, and Gomez, all four are all injury prone. That's a genuine concern, by the way. That's a genuine concern. All 4 are injury prone. So, like, I don't know what the end game is here. I'm going to be so real with you. I don't know what the end game is. Like, this is a genuine fear of mine that we go deal with our midfielders, but then we mess up that centre back position. Just saying, man. Just saying. And please don't lie and act like not every time, you know. Can you guys hear me? And can you guys see me? And please don't lie and act like not every time Konate falls on the floor, you don't feel a little bit scared. Because I feel scared when that happens. And I know a lot of you guys probably feel the same way as well. It cannot be just me, you know? It really cannot be just me. It genuinely cannot be just me who's a little bit afraid of this whole centre back situation. I'm worried, man. I'm worried. And this is going to be the response from the top Reds, so get ready. You were crying all year long for a center midfielder, and now we fix our center midfield. You're talking about center backs. Some people can never be happy. Some people can never be happy. That's what they're gonna say. I swear. I promise you, that's what they're gonna say. Big up to Tron for the super chat, just an empty super chat. But thank you so much, Tron. Big up to you for the love and support, my lovely people. Big up to Gagandeep, who says, I am more annoyed that Klopp and recruitment staff for mortgaging a season for Jude. For me, for Klopp to justify keeping his job, we have to be in a title charge and win 2 trophies. Will only accept one if it's UCL. Gagandeep, I completely agree. And this is where I even pushed back on Tom Little and multiple different people on multiple shows. You know what I told them? 2020, 2021, the season we defended our Premier League title, I gave it to you. No problem. I give it to you because we had a center back crisis and it was a bit OTT and we made too many mistakes, right? This season, fair enough. Next season, we better win the league. Like, I'm not even Klopp out now. I'm not. But next season, we better win the league. There is no more room for all this like huggy, lovey-dovey crap. The time for huggy, lovey-dovey is over, Gagandeep. Now we have to move on to the serious phase. Now we must become serious. We can't sit up here and just continue to be a joking institution. We have got to be serious. Honestly, it can't be just me, that's worried about this whole situation with the center backs as well. And Gagandeep, I completely agree with you. 100% Klopp is to blame. It's well documented. We could have had Caicedo. We could have had Enzo. We could have had all these people. I am not expecting a single position behind winning the league. Big up to Abu Bakr says, Hussam, your owners, just like our owners, they have no ambition. Until these American owners are staying, you can forget about competing with Man City. But here's the thing, my brother Abu Bakr. We won the league against Manchester City. We have a gold medal against Manchester City, Abu Bakr. I know you can't relate as a United fan, but we have a gold medal. Like, we've been there, done that. We have the experience. We've shown we can win 15, 20 games in a row. Can we, rebuild this summer in a place where we can get to that stage? I believe so. But this goes back to the conversation I said earlier, which is we must go 5 from 5. We cannot make any mistakes. Big up to Joe. YouTube tells me this is your first ever super chat. Thank you so much. He says FSG are too cheap and will not spend money. My brother, this is why I'm FSG out. And then people call me a bedwetter, a fake fan, a blah, 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 blah. And we're just sat here on our ass on 5th place, on 1 league title, on 1 Champions League. I wish this comment section was filled with FSGers telling me to hold that, telling me that I should have trusted the club because that means we'd have been successful. But unfortunately, that has not happened, my brother. I'm very unfortunate. And thank you so much for your super chat. YouTube tells me it's your first ever. Klopp should sign Hussam, Tom, and I for midfields. Chanbei. Maybe me, you, and Kurdish, and because Tom Little is too short to play in the midfield, I'm gonna be honest with you. But thank you for the super chat. What do you think this summer will be? I've already spoken on McAllister and Lavia. I think those are genuine 2 targets. I'll probably know a bit more this weekend, but I do expect us to get a Jorge Mendes player, whether that be Ugarte, what's his name? The Wolves guy, Matheus Nunez, someone like that, we will see. By the way, Matheus Nunez selection is a prime example. You wasted a year for no reason because we got Matheus Nunez last summer. Big up to Chombe says, at least we will die for that jersey, just saying. Chombe, people want us to give credit to the likes of Henderson for, giving his all for the shirt and all that shit. As you said, my brother, give me that much money a week and I'm giving my all for the shirt. Happily, I'm giving my all for the shirt. Big up, my bro. Big up to AJ says, Hussam, 2 questions. What do you think our budget is? How much do you think it would be left for a centre back after the midfield rebuild? But you see, AJ, this is my problem to begin with. You didn't buy Jude Bellingham because of the money. Now you're going to sign 2-3 midfielders. After that, you need to sign a centre back. It doesn't matter how much the budget is. I do not know it, and I do not claim to know it. But we must be able to sign a centre back, my bro. A centre back for me, and I ask the comment section as proof, really is important. Maybe not as much as a midfielder. I think midfield is obviously the biggest glaring issue, which no one would disagree with. But we need a centre back. This is something that even me and selection agree on. That's when I know, like, we're just bang on. Like, we need a center back, bro, because we cannot persist with 4 injury-prone center backs. Make sure you all slap the likes. Make sure you all subscribe. Big up to AJ, Chombe, Joe, Tron, Gagandeep, Abu Bakr, Delena, Ryan, Brazy, Felipe, Trust, Amin, الزعابي and Madridista. شكرا لك الزعابي. يعني كفيت ووفيت حبيبي وانت حرجتني بصراحة. شكرا. Big up to all the people. Make sure you all like. Make sure you all subscribe to the channel if you are yet to do so. Guys, this football club has me awake at 2:45 a.m. 2:45 a.m. with pain in my voice, coming home from outside to do a YouTube video just to speak on the collective failure that has happened this season. And I won't let it go. And I'll continue to fight and I'll continue to say my opinions despite effects, despite everything, all the people that go against me, all the people, all the haters, all the people who threaten me, all the people who make racist remarks, all the people who ask me if I've been to Anfield, all this shit. We'll continue to speak the truth, people. I'm here to tell the truth, you know? Shout out to one of the people who used to support this channel a lot, just like 2 weeks ago. She leaves me a DM. Hussam, you're too toxic. I cannot watch the channel anymore. Tell her, hey, I'm me. There are so many YouTube channels out there filled with positivity and delusion. That's never going to be me. 300 people are watching me right now. They don't want me to sit up here and go like, hey guys, it's actually a good, smart idea that blah, blah, blah. No. I'll say the truth. As a season, this has been a collective failure. Transfer window, we have failed, by the way, now, after this whole Jude Bellingham saga, because we didn't get our guy. That's the problem. Anyway, as I said, my lovely people, we'll be back tomorrow, inshallah, for Liverpool Brentford. Before you leave us, make sure you leave with a like. Make sure you leave us with a subscribe. So please like the video, please subscribe. Love for all the love and support, my lovely people. Try to keep it real all the time. I know I might not appease everyone, you know, but we just say our honest truth. You know, this fan base, honestly, the way you interact with some people on Twitter, you'd think that, you know, we've won back-to-back league titles and trebles and dominated when we unfortunately haven't. So anyway, slap up the likes, guys, subscribe. Love you all, and we'll see you guys tomorrow, inshallah, for the Brentford watch along. Peace.